Am I in your way? Am I bothering you? Uh-huh. Cool. So anyway. Okay, that's a weird thing to say. Time to discover the secret of Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn!
How many dawns? 0! Woo! Let's go.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such
It looks like she had one hell of a unit brother.
A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you'll have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction.
Come on.
Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do!
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
This sounds like it's gonna backfire.
Move away from the door! Move away from the door! She gets like vaporized. Yeah.
I underestimated. Too bad now
Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's gonna get all their attention, isn't it?
Guess you can't have everything.
That will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I
Can't you just close the door behind you?
Right. Elizabeth Sobeck requesting closed door, thanks.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Don't analyze that.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
I'll find out in a second.
An entrance hall, perhaps.
I will, just wait for you.
Look around.
That's how I start scared stuff. Get rid of everything. Do you remember this one?
From lounge staff to admin, subject to another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the, quote, front line, unquote, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff, who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and durable sedatives, to calm persons who are screaming Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond.
This door starts with the level bending. That's what makes it great. Alright, there. Yeah, big ass door. Support 2.
From reception staff to admin. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails?
I hope this is a trend throughout this whole place. Anything else? There's a computer, right?
Yep.
Alright, so turn around. Door.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
This smaller room.
From lounge staff to admin. Subject: soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Alright, Aloy.
From lounge staff to admin. Subject: restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic, cucumber mint, or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond, and this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay?
Pigeons were high at 0 dawn.
There's something behind you. No, like, to your right behind you.
Oh.
Make sure you've looked at everything in every room before you move on.
Yeah, I did the,
With the old sweep.
yeah, that's right.
What was this
I
place?
can't even focus.
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
This is one of the pre-rendered ones you can talk to in your normal.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General.
Again, pre-render is not the right word. It is rendered in it.
Yeah, but like,
of the United States of
It's
America.
cinematic.
I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague. If Operation Enduring Victory could hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program. And it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
fuck, that's a great idea. Welcome to the project.
So people are screaming and crying when they hear that.
Yeah.
People in the waiting room are like, oh! What's going on?
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to
Yeah,
exist.
clearly,
Don't
Aloy.
move. Don't move when people are talking.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Look at all that squirters.
They got in. Through the vents.
God damn it.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? 2?
So, oh, so is this a way to sneak up on them? Oh, that's cool. I didn't care about that.
You're not wearing your sneak armor. FYI. I mean, at least it looks cool. It's not as cool.
Well, that was not very good sneaking in the tunnel.
Oh, jeez.
I came out right in front of the guy, so that if I like tagged them first or whatever. I mean, yeah, sure, one could argue that, but also one would not because he's dead. And oh, really, dude? Okay, that's enough of you. Holy shit! I'm sure I missed this time.
Nope.
I'm so angry with you.
Okay, there we go.
You're still alive though? Really? Really? Ow, ow, ow.
There he goes.
I gotta say, I'm not loving these guys. They're really killing the whole vibe with the whole like, oh god, the plot. I mean, I get it. Oh, gameplay has to fucking be here and shit, but I care about the plot.
We're too close to the tribal print to stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
Would you give me a second to find out, sir?
And to put on my cool outfit. And to eat some salad. Here we go.
Not time for all
I remember
that.
not to move.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Really? It's all right there? Of course, because so many people tell me about what is left. So, what was left was Dormammu.
For debriefing after Presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to Presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted.
Damn, this is really heavy. Fuck. Like when you think, yeah, so here's laid out, well, will never work, and make sure that if they have to load, that they can't kill themselves.
Basically, my presentation would be like, hey, Operation Enduring Victory, a lie. Here's all these graphs, but basically, we fucked. So, move on to the counselor.
Yeah.
I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots reach us. Enduring Victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
So she's on board. It's cool.
Well, she's at least willing to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, I have to. Right. Of course. That's easier than just. Right.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about?
I thought he was pretty clear.
The Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already.
I mean, it is an enduring victory for Zero Dawn. They won't be like.
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Yeah, because preserving culture, that not hit you. You're here to help preserve, you know.
Go back down.
Yeah. I just throw anything else up here.
Whee!
Okay. Perfect.
Want to discuss? Whew.
God, I hate this guy.
So, Mama, she was right.
Oh, so you just know immediately?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious.
It's not Revelations! It's Revelation! Everybody gets that wrong and it makes me so mad! It's one revelation! One of them!
It came up last time, too.
It especially ticks me off when it's some form of media where it's a character who would fucking know better and the writers just didn't know. All you had to do was go on!
Mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling.
Well, let's move on.
My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now.
Wait, what?
Sterling Malkeet was
So why
me,
is he here?
don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Yeah. Kessler pretty much got it right.
That is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution
Yeah.
liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to
His last name bothers me.
bloody biofuel.
Tom Hanks.
In a word,
It's a real
yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh?
Well, it's called the Pharaoh Plague.
Is he here?
No, Doctor.
please. Tell him Tom Pike wants a word.
Alright, who are you even?
Now, get off! Get off! Done. Please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
I mean, legit.
Yeah. Hating him is the right thing to feel, yeah.
They were more run around. Leave it to Mark Zuckerberg to kill us all.
Alright.
It?
Q. Q.
No, it's to the right somewhere.
Okay, there's one right here. Alright, got that one.
You got that one over. Oh, and here's another. To your left. Go through. No, go back. Forward. No, turn around. To the right.
Oh, that one? Okay. Got it. Sorry.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious.
Nope.
And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Someone just kicks the door and tases him.
US with the medical, right? They all just wink, like, yep, medical.
Yeah, maybe she says it with quote fingers.
A? Look, okay.
To the left.
Well, that's the way to go forward, but there's a Q.
Okay.
So, figure out where it is. The one that is in the wall?
Who previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
Thanks.
On the Chariot Line self-replication.
Oh, good.
I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since
Would you like to take a
Since,
moment?
like, caused the apocalypse?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work.
Yeah, I can feel that.
I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Fuck. Well, this is very happy. Let's go see what somebody has to say.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Oh, I don't get my own room?
And it's all true.
We have like...
The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end?
It's kind of down, but that's fine.
What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as
Voiced by
AI.
Whoopi Goldberg.
That's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, Each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about. And build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries.
Oh.
From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stocks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing.
What's Hades? You didn't tell us Hades was.
We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
But what's Hades? What was his thing? That he corrupted the machines and the such. Why did you stop at the last one? They're the second to last. What? No, that's a terrible presentation.
Well, there's more presentations.
God damn it!
But often people are talking.
Very excited, okay?
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot?
In 410.
Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo,
Hades,
the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. Ultra mega secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. 2. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. 3. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions.
course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
What went wrong?
Who fucked it up?
Was it you, Travis, or whatever?
Was it you, Suzanne Alpert?
Yes. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this, but the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium
Yeah,
will be medically
reasonable.
compromised. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
Boy, you know what I would hate? To be among that last generation.
Right.
Bring myself to say
Just you and like 2 other people who you hate, and you're like, God, fuck you guys.
Alright, you know what? That's it. First murders in Elysium, bam, bam.
No, I was gonna say, the best thing would be like, it's you and one person, and you're like, I'm gonna be the last human to ever kill someone else. And they're like, yeah, wait, what? Boom! Hit them with a rock.
Sure, what did you say? It's fine.
It's the kind of shit I would pull, honestly.
Like, we go there together, and then we go, here's somebody.
The last duel to the death in humanity.
Yeah.
We both of us would be like, man, this is gonna be the last blah blah humans will ever do, and then at the very end, one of us is gonna be like the last murder. It's gonna be like, I heard that.
And there's 3 of us, like you and me, and somebody else. Like, alright, so we'll do rock, paper, scissors. One of us can do it, and one of us will just
Nose goes who gets murdered, and the other kid, the last guy's like, what is nose code? And you're like, well,
you want to take turn stabbing?
on the head with a rock.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring the mood up. Let's bring it back down.
Now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist.
I'm sorry.
At least she's trying, Mr. Felder.
By all means.
It is not Jesus. That's weird to say.
I'm ready to leave.
You can't
I'm
leave.
afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking
Didn't you read the handout, dude?
Possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here.
Nope, sorry.
What did you know? Get your hands off me!
Yep. I'm waiting for this. Oh boy.